Bryson, I can tell that you've been through a lot of pain. I can only imagine. Not only did you have pain 4 fateful years ago, but now you have more pain! Even more! Universe, give this man a break. He's suffered more than any of us could ever know. This poor, poor man. We must investigate. Here's what we're gonna do today, people. This is the last video I have to catch up on so that I've seen all the new Haminations videos. We are going to watch more pain, and then we are going to take it back and watch the original pain video with my girlfriend Lola. This is the second Haminations video I ever watched, more than 2 years ago now. So it's gonna be a crazy blast from the past, and let's talk about all the pain in one. We're doing the whole thing, okay? But for now, let's go. I would do a theme song if he didn't copyright claim all my videos. Hey Bryson, it would be cool to be able to feed myself and my family. It would be cool if you didn't copyright claim my videos anymore, but that's okay. You guys need money for Lego Harry Potter. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Oh boy. Oh boy, we've all done this.
Whoa there, let's not be
me?
hasty. It's me, your conscience. This ain't safe. Sledding down the stairs in a cardboard box is a recipe for disaster.
No way. No way, this'll work. This'll work.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and like most of you, my essence currently resides in a corporeal form known as my body.
Oh,
what do you
same.
mean, most of us? Well, I didn't want to offend any ghouls, apparitions, or other ascended individuals who might be watching. The point is, I feel pain, and I can prove it. Ow. And if I've learned anything from my time here, it's that the internet was made for schadenfreude. What's schadenfreude? Well, it's kinda like...
Is that how you pronounce it?
So, considering how many epic fail videos I've watched, I've decided to give back to the community by telling you all about my most painful experiences. Pay it forward, you know? Let's start with the ones that happened when I was young.
Oh my gosh, 3D in a Haminations video? What?
There I was, sitting in the tub when I looked
crazy.
over and saw Dad's razor.
I feel like maybe I should touch that.
No.
Thought little me. And I went through the motions I had seen my dad do when he shaved his face. As you might suspect, small children and razor blades aren't a great mix. I cut myself up pretty badly and had to have a band-aid on my upper lip.
Wait, can Bryson grow facial hair yet? This is not I know this is not a video for me to make fun of Bryson's facial hair ability because I literally just shaved today. And I literally am the most unfacial haired that I ever look. But yeah, I don't know. Can Bryson grow facial hair? I don't know. I mean, he's like 6'2" now, but that doesn't mean the facial hair's caught up, you know?
It made it way harder to eat my tomato soup with fishy crackers, which was the real tragedy,
brutal.
let's be honest.
That's brutal,
Contrary
man.
to how I portray myself in my videos, I'm a very non-violent, go-with-the-flow kind of person, with one exception. Here it comes! But there was one other time when I wanted to solve my problems using a good old-fashioned knuckle sandwich.
Okay.
Brayden had been teasing me and pushing my buttons all day in classic Brayden fashion. I guess it was worse than the usual teasing because after a while, something in me snapped, and I decided the time for talk was over and that I would let my fist
This ends now,
I
Brayden!
walked across the yard, fist clenched, ready to dole out some justice. My heart was pounding. It was time for Brayden to pay for his crime.
All right, is this gonna be a right cross? This is gonna be a right hook? He was clenching the right hand. Are you gonna set that up with a jab? Low kick, maybe? Because we gotta throw this without telegraph. If you want this to land, Bryson, you can't telegraph it. You gotta set it up. Just kidding, this man has no combat training.
My heart was pounding. It was time for Brayden to pay for his crimes.
All right, throw it! Throw it!
I guess God saw what I was about to do and said,
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
So for the time being,
That's
Brayden
funny.
was safe from me. But as you'll see later,
What a
that
great
wouldn't last
story.
forever. Speaking of
What a
brotherly
great story,
shenanigans,
Bryson.
jumping on the trampoline with my brothers was always really fun. We would play dead man, have water balloon fights, and do flips.
Nice.
And to make things extra thrilling, they could double bounce me way higher than I could jump if I was alone. But of course, they decided to bounce me higher and higher.
Oh yeah, well
Bouncing
that's what you
higher,
do.
together.
How high can you go?
2, 3. And I learned my lesson and never got hurt on a trampoline again. I asked my friends to teach me how to do a backflip on their trampoline. It's kind of like a front flip, but the other way.
We've all hurt ourselves on the trampoline.
Talk. I got this.
Listen, if you ain't hurt yourself on a trampoline, you ain't male. I'm just kidding. I don't mean that. I'm saying that right now. You cannot hurt yourself on a trampoline and still be male. I'm just saying that for any social media warriors out there. That is what we call a joke. I didn't mean it. But you're not a guy pal unless you smash your eyeball on the trampoline.
I got this.
Yahoo! Woo! What is going on here?
Right on my head, and my friends legitimately thought I had. Somehow I was fine though, and that same day I was able to land a backflip.
Yeah,
Little kids seem to be able to just walk away from what would have been a life-threatening injury for an adult. They're too wiggly and slippery for death to get a firm grasp on. If I landed on my head like that today, it would probably be like
multiple torn ligaments, severe nerve damage.
Now it's time for the worst.
Hey, isn't James supposed to be the doctor? You just had to use your movie clip, didn't you, Bryson? Yeah, no, I agree with that. There was a time when I was a kid. I mean, I must have been 10 because if I was any older than that, the story would be a bit embarrassing. I was bouncing on my bed. I used to bounce on my bed all the time. Can't say I do that now, but there was a time. And yeah, I just bounced bad and I kind of leaned and I jumped off the bed and I landed like on like my neck on the floor, and I just thought to myself, wait a minute, landing like that's supposed to like end your life nearly. But I was a kid, so I was invincible, so there you go.
Now it's time for the worst pain I experienced as a child.
Oh no.
We were at an indoor pool about to go home. Brayden opened the door and left the building, and I was right behind him. But I stopped to look back to ensure my parents were with us. And while I looked away, the door closed on my foot and ripped my big toenail completely off.
No! That's
Imagine
horrible.
just trying to walk out a door like a normal person, and the door curses you with -10 foot armor for a year. That's right. It took a year to grow back.
Not
now
the
imagine
toenail.
trying to put socks on a toenail-less toe. Instead of having armor, it's just nerd endings in despair. It sucks. Long story short, I think this is why I'm an avid flip-flop man. Now we're moving on to my more recent painful experiences.
Okay, that's probably gonna be the cringiest one. That has to be the most uncomfortable one. Crazy pain, I'm not overly impressed by. I feel like I've gone through 10 out of 10 pain for the better part of 2023 while I was still doing my job of doing these videos. But you can't tell me a story about ripping a toenail off and not have me squirm in my seat. So I feel for you on that one.
Now we're moving on to my more recent painful experiences.
Okay.
I was walking Bo to a dog park near my house. We made it to the parking lot and got a running start to jump over the divider like we always do.
No!
But I guess I wasn't locked in because my foot caught the divider and I biffed it onto the asphalt.
Why
I got up
why
and
would
made
you do
sure
that?
no one saw me eat it, and then realized my knee was scuffed up and idiot. But we were already right there.
Why
Bo
would
wanted
you
to play with the other
jump
dogs.
the thing?
I wasn't gonna go all the way home without letting him play, so I just stood there watching him play while actively idioting. Hey, are you okay?
Okay.
You're idioting. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it
Don't
happens.
worry about it. Please stop looking at me. Can we talk about how embarrassing it is to be? It's so dramatic. It didn't hurt that bad.
No, it's an
Stop
opportunity to be
crying.
cool.
I don't want these strangers to know that I No, this is the body
it's
showing
embarrassing.
weakness. Now everyone knows I'm an easy target. On that note,
True.
I didn't realize how much head wounds healed. One time, I was picking something up in my parents' utility closet, and when I stood up, my head slammed into the fuse box door. The wound itself was tiny, but it nailed so much.
Yep.
I think it's because a lot of people keep some important stuff in their heads, and they need blood for that.
Yeah.
But for me, it's kind of just empty space, and this little guy. Seeing how small my brain is might explain this next story. I had recently bought some new jeans, and I was taking the stickers and tags off of them. I pulled the cardboard label thing off the belt line of the jeans and noticed that the white threads they used to hold the cardboard on were still in the pants.
Not the white
so
threads!
I decided that I would cut them off using a butter knife. I have since learned a lasting lesson about why dull knives are actually more dangerous than sharp knives because they need more force to cut things, which means there's a greater chance of... well, that. But when I was choosing which knife to use, my brain said, big sharp knife, cut dangerous. Small dull knife, less cut dangerous.
Oh.
So I grabbed the butter knife and got it between the threads, but it wasn't cutting. So I applied more force, the thread snapped, I lost control of the knife, and sliced my index finger.
Bro, what is with your butter knives? Like, literally, my butter knives would not do that to me. I'm not gonna do it because I know YouTube will end up flagging it or something, because it is technically, while it may be one for the butter, it is still a knife. But I could take one of my butter knives and go completely fine. So I don't know what kind of crazy butter knives he has in that household. No, I'm just kidding.
It immediately started It was a deep cut. I wrapped it up with gauze and tape, and then, in the classic male fashion, I thought to myself, wow, that was a deep cut, and it hurts. I'm gonna ignore it for some reason.
Okay.
Like a man.
Okay.
And then I went about my day. Hours later, I visited Brody and Jen to play Mario Party, and they noticed the bandage on my finger. They made me unwrap the gauze to reveal that the cut was still oozing.
You should go to the hospital.
Nah.
We're taking you to the hospital.
The numbing shot hurt so bad because the doctor pinched my finger, opened up the wound, and stuck the needle right up in there. But then I couldn't feel a thing, and he stitched me up. And I've got a cool scar on my finger now.
Okay, dumb question. I have a dumb question. I know a lot about medicine and medical science, but I have a dumb question. If the cut's already open and you have a numbing injection to get into the bloodstream, don't you not have to jab it? Couldn't you technically just get it in there really easily, or am I crazy? Am I crazy? I feel like you shouldn't have to be jabbed if that's where the numbing's going. I don't know. Or they weren't putting it there, they were putting it like here. I don't know. Nobody said they had to open it up. Okay, yeah, so my question remains.
And he stitched me up. And I've got a cool scar on my finger now. And just
That's
recently,
cool, man.
Brody got a matching scar due to a pumpkin carving mishap.
Oh, no,
and that's not the only time my finger has been hurt. I was visiting a petting zoo with my sister's family, and they gave us each a cup of animal pellets. Some llamas saw that I had food, and they came up to the fence to ask for some. I saw some people pouring the food into their hands and letting the llamas eat right off their hands, but that seemed kind of nasty to me. So I decided to hold out the cup and let the llama eat from there. But the llama lunged and bit the cup and started tugging repeatedly to try and get me to let go of the cup. But I couldn't let go because he also had my finger in his bite.
Dude,
let go.
That's scary.
Hungry. I can't! I eventually broke free from his grasp, but he successfully got all the food I had.
And my
now I have
index
no
finger.
food to give to the capybaras, and he learned that he could just bite people to get what he wants. Maybe I should take notes.
Okay, man, I gotta be careful what stories I tell in this video because YouTube, I gotta be careful. That's all I'm saying. But letting a wild animal bite your finger, not advisable. Not an advisable thing to do. Ideally, don't let that happen in life, is my lesson of the day.
I went to the aviary to forget my woes, but in classic Bryson fashion, I was wearing flip-flops, and the birds thought my toes were food, and they all started biting my foot. I even had a scab on my foot, and they ripped it off.
Oh my gosh!
I thought I was supposed to feed the animals, not get fed on.
That's crazy.
Let's see how you like it. Now,
well, you
I've
do
told
it
you
every.
about my young pain.
Here's the thing: you kind of do it pretty much every day. They just aren't alive at the time. So you know, the animal's giving you a little bit of a nibble back. This honestly gets back for maybe 0.0005% of the animals being eaten by this man in his lifetime.
Now, I've told you about my young pain and my recent pain, but
now
there's
your
one
future
more category
pain.
I've yet to tell you about.
Future pain.
A startling amount of my pain took place on our seemingly innocent summertime family lake trips.
Oh, of course.
My earliest boating memory was at a big family reunion. Timid little Bryson was fine just sitting in the boat, but Dad encouraged me to try wakeboarding.
Do the thing!
Come on, it's easy. You just hang on, it'll be fun.
Okay, Dad,
Do
I
the
trust
thing.
you, I thought ignorantly. He strapped me in and tossed me in the lake. Hit it! I'm doing it! I'm doing it! Then the front edge of the board caught the water.
That's the worst. Just smack your face on the water.
The insides of my sinuses and mouth became one with the lake. Not a great feeling. And that's the last time I ever wakeboarded.
Oh my gosh, you baby.
Faceplant on the surface of the water at 20 miles per hour wasn't worth it to me.
Oh my gosh, you baby. Bryson, this is why you didn't hit your growth spurt until 21. It's because of this kind of behavior. The Lord held you back. He saw your behavior on the wakeboard and he was like, nah, you don't deserve this yet. Prove it to me.
Next, I tried tubing. A much safer option.
No, then you go flying.
The concept of tubing is so hilarious to me. Whoever came up with this idea is an absolute mad lad. You tie a rope between the tube and a motorboat, hop on, and hang on for dear life. No red flags there.
I've gone through this exact experience.
My mom, brothers, and I got on a big tube and were having the time of our lives. But then we saw a huge wave heading towards us. It launched us into the air and the bottom of the tube caught the wind.
You do really go so high. It's so funny. This is accurate.
My mom seriously did a cartwheel on the surface of the water. Needless to say, she has since lost her taste for tubing. I, however, was just getting started. Despite the pain of wiping out, the adrenaline of trying not to while going over bumps and being whipped side to side was too intoxicating to ignore.
There you go.
And like a middle schooler after a bad breakup, I was ready to be hurt again. Me and my brothers were on the tube having the time of our lives when Mom turned a bit too sharply one way, then the other. The rope caught a bunch of slack and the tube slowed down.
That's what happens,
but the boat was still going, and I knew that the rope was about to gain tension.
You can't turn too fast.
I sped ran the stages of grief in my mind and braced for the inevitable.
Peace!
The tube went from stationary to top speed in an instant. Our bodies couldn't keep up, and it whipped out from under us. But that didn't stop me. After a long day of tubing, everyone was tired and wanted to go home. But I wasn't done riding that adrenaline.
No way!
Come on, let me go again. I just need one final hit, and then I'll be satisfied. I just need a fix, bro. Please, come on, please.
Give him a fix.
Since no one wanted to join me, Brody's then girlfriend, now wife, Jen, decided to throw me a bone and join me for one last ride.
Today's been so fun. I love getting to know you all better. I think I really like your brother.
Give it time. We hit a massive wave and got sent flying, and Jen accidentally pile drove the back of my head. As I crashed into the water, all I could think was, stay awake, stay awake.
Thank
Don't
goodness
fall asleep in the water. You'll
Well, fortunately, you're wearing a life jacket, so you would be fine. You would be fine. But if you weren't, that could genuinely be the end of Bryson, and we never hear the legendary Haminations Pain story. This is the importance of life jackets. Though, to be honest, I don't think anyone is stupid enough to water ski and wakeboard and tube without a life jacket on. I'm pretty sure everyone does do that. But still, yeah, no, back of the head is not a place you want to get hit. That is considered an illegal strike in the UFC because it is more dangerous than being hit on the front or side or top of the head, just so you guys know. So don't hit the back of your head and never hit the back of someone else's head. That's dangerous and not cool.
Fortunately, I was okay and conscious.
Nice.
Despite the pain.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Are you okay?
It feels like an ice pick is being shoved into the back of my head, and I probably have a concussion.
No.
Anyway, one more ride? Who's with me? Huh? After Jen assaulted me like that, I knew she would fit right in with the rest of my family.
Aww.
Plus, Brody watching his girlfriend land a critical hit on his annoying little brother probably helped seal the deal. Now, as we've established, Braden is a mischievous lad who loves dunking on me.
I can honestly say, from meeting them, I have met all of them in case you guys didn't know. I can confirm, and I said this when he did the video on Braden, from everything I've experienced, Braden is the mischievous one. I will not share my one Braden story from when I met him at VidCon because I don't want to get him in trouble. He didn't do anything crazy. He was just mischievous and troublemaker is basically what I'm saying. So I believe any story Bryson tells about Braden, basically.
As we've established, Braden is a mischievous lad who loves dunking on me. I think I just have a punchable face or something because usually his crimes against me are unprovoked. He once offered to take me on a ride on a jet ski. How nice of him, I thought to myself ignorantly. He then turned as sharp as he could without warning and skipped my body across the water. And he brought that same energy to tubing with me. I would be sitting there minding my business and he would throw me off the tube. I kind of just resigned myself to it because Brayden was always stronger than me. But he kept tossing me in the water every boating trip, and that caused a spark to ignite inside my soul. The next boating trip we went on, me and Brayden got in a tube together.
All right.
Hey, sorry about always pushing you in the water. Let's call it truce.
Yeah, let's call it truce. Get him, Bryson!
Sure, I said.
Throw
then,
him!
as the tube whipped out to the side, I wedged my shoulders into the corner of the seat.
Don't do it, Bryson! Don't do it!
My legs.
Wait, stop!
Don't do
I thought
it!
we had a truce!
The bill comes due.
Let's go.
This was the first time I had ever overpowered Brayden.
And Bryson, that is why you finally got your growth spurt. That is how you proved yourself to the Lord. Years of letting yourself be tormented. You had to rise up and show Brayden what you were made of. And you did. And now you're made of 6'2" skeleton.
I guess not skipping leg day paid off.
Wow.
There. Now we're even, I said as I helped him back into the boat.
Okay, I believe you.
Brayden thought to himself ignorantly. Later, me, Dad, and Brayden were on the tube, and I saw a big wave coming up, and a plan formed. I braced myself, and right as we hit the bump, in the moment where Dad and Brayden were weightless in the air, I kicked Dad into Brayden, sending them both into the water.
My back.
Me and Brayden have since put the rivalry behind us and recently enjoyed a nice wake surfing trip without incident. See?
That's good. Nice.
It never ends.
That's funny.
It never
That's
ends.
funny. I
Don't
like
worry
that.
though, I got him back.
Thank goodness you got him back, because otherwise you're just chilling on the water like that for hours. Just by yourself, then the boat has to whip itself back around.
But I've learned something about life in the process, and I've come to agree with this theory I heard on life.
Okay.
The theory is this: tragedy plus time equals comedy. And I can prove it.
Just give it a few years.
Trust me, kid, in a few years, this is gonna be hilarious. Just give it time.
Dude, that was a really good joke. That was a really good, that was a really good final joke. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Yeah, some of those things seemed pretty painful. I don't think any of those were 10 out of 10 pain, but the fear of having your hand in the mouth of a wild animal is probably pretty spooky. But the mouths of animals doesn't matter right now. What does matter is the ears and eyes of you and what they're about to see. Because I'm gonna get Lola in here now and we're gonna finish off the pain saga for once and for all. All right, I did it. She's here.
Are you ready, Lola?
For the pain of a man who's seen it all. The man who's been through more than anyone.
I haven't seen this before.
You can say you're ready, but you might not. Okay, anyways, let's watch.
Hi, Ham. Hello, Mr. Ham.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and today I'm going to talk about the times I got hurt and then my entire nervous system went. Luckily,
yeah, this is that old school Hamination. This is that old school Hamination. Back when he actually animated his own stuff. Also, back when he just let it fly, you know? It was all about the violence. You know?
Violence.
Yeah, I know, not a good teacher for the kids, but fun to watch.
Luckily, I've never broken a bone, though.
I've never broken
Bryson,
a bone
you've
either.
never broken a bone?
Whoa.
Your pain is irrelevant, you stupid idiot.
Yeah, now he knows true pain.
Although I've never broken a bone, I've still experienced a wide range of physical pain. For example, one time I was holding a big PVC pipe and I threw it on the ground and it ricocheted back and hit my funny bone at mom. It felt like an electrical fire on my arm. I hereby vote for the removal of funny bones from the human body because all it causes is pain.
Yeah, I think that would be good for person 2.0.
I don't understand. Why does it vibrate every time you hit it, though?
I mean, we can look this up. Do you want to go?
Yeah.
And look? Okay, fine. Why does the funny bone do that? The ulnar nerve. Very little padding protecting the ulnar nerve, making it highly sensitive to impact. When you hit the nerve, the resulting stinging or electric shock-like pain is a direct result of the nerve being irritated or compressed. So if if you could hit the other nerves head on, it would probably do the same thing.
Okay, that makes sense because I was like, why does our elbow do that? The bone part? But if none of our other bones do that when we hit it. It's a nerve. It's a nerve.
Yeah, it's an exposed nerve. Yeah. You ever have like a horrible, like your finger gets bent back or something?
I've never had that happen.
And then there's a whole, okay, if you get hurt bad enough somewhere, you'll feel funny bone type vibrations there. It's just that we get the extreme because the nerve is right there.
Otherwise, you gotta hit that thing hard.
On second thought, why not remove all bones? Can't break what isn't there.
Yeah.
Be a slug.
That'd be better.
Another time, I fell down face first while snowboarding, and I scorpioned so hard that the bottom of my snowboard hit the back of my head.
Ow!
See that? Your back isn't supposed to do that. That causes a lot of
That's why he's 6'2" now.
Oh, my back!
Now, let's move on to the big one.
You recognize that? The Incredibles!
Oh!
We watched that like 2 nights ago.
I forgot already.
Yeah, we watched it like 2 nights ago. And
I already forgot we watched it 2 nights ago.
When that happened, when he said, oh, my back, I was like, oh, that's from the Bryson video! And I didn't even remember it was from this one, so it's kind of ironic. Synchronicity, and you tell me that God doesn't have a plan.
I still wasn't over the fact that he said he's scorpion, because I've seen way too many TikTok stories of people doing that and then they become a quadriplegic. Never go body surfing, kids. Never.
Never go body surfing.
Never go body surfing.
Okay, I don't even know what that is, so I'm already ahead of the game.
It's when you use your body as a surfboard. So basically you're just...
Is that serious?
Yeah. People do that.
That's funny. If I body surfed, I'd be like, oh, my back!
Oh, my back!
Now, let's move on to the big ones.
Ooh.
The ones that reminded me of my mortality. The ones where life went, this kid has had it too good for too long.
Yeah.
Time to remind him who's in charge.
Yeah.
Okay, number 1. I was sitting on top of my bunk bed zoning out when my mom called me. I decided that to save time, I would forego using the ladder and just jump off the top bunk.
No.
Little did I know the fan was going at top speed. It was so fast that I didn't even see it. So I jumped and... It happened so fast that I didn't even feel it at first. But I reached up to check the damage and then I saw...
Oof.
Mom? What's up, honey? I'm losing blood at an alarming rate and would be most grateful if you, my caregiver and guardian, would transport me to the hospital to help heal the wound so that I can continue this mortal journey rather than ending it prematurely due to loss of blood.
Oh,
nah, I'm kidding. What I actually said was... This other time, me and my brothers were bonding with Dad.
How did it go? Did you need stitches? What was the damage?
I know, he gave us no closure.
Exactly. It's like, we don't know how bad it was until you give us something quantifiable. Because Bryson, I don't know, he'd be freaking out over some silly stuff. So, I don't know, I need proof that this one was legit. I remember when when I was like 11, my friend was running downstairs to go play Halo, and he jumped at the bottom stair of his basement, but there's like an overhang, and he like hit his head, and he had to get staples in his head, and so he was known as like the staple kid, because he had staples in his skull.
That's sad. They just nicknamed him that?
Oh no, he was cool. He was a cool guy.
Okay.
Like, he didn't have haters, he just was the staple guy.
This other time, me and my brothers were bonding with Dad. How? Dad would pull down the basketball hoop, let one of us grab on, and then he'd let go and it would slingshot us into the air. Obviously. Anyway, I could see my brothers doing it, and I wanted to turn.
Makes sense.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. My head slammed into the basketball rim, and that's naturally where my memory stops. My parents say that it scalped me a little bit, and that I have a little bald spot. However, I have so much hair that neither I nor my parents have ever been able to find this so-called bald spot.
Cool.
I guess it's not there after all. This other time, I was really young, and my older brother was in an argument with Mom. Now, being in my family, you learn to tune things out because yelling and screaming and fighting is all commonplace.
Aww.
Don't worry, we make up afterwards.
Yay.
But anyways, as Mom and Brody were arguing, I was all like, wow, this door hinge looks pretty cool.
No!
I should put my fingers in it. Just then, the argument came to a climax, and Brody slammed the door shut as hard as he could. Onto my fingers. My fingers bent every which way. They looked like rubber. We went to the doctor, and surprisingly, nothing was broken. When you're really young, your bones are still soft and springy, and that's why they didn't break.
Okay.
Also, that's why some babies need to wear helmets, because otherwise, you might accidentally sculpt their soft head into a cone, like this.
Into a cone?
Yes.
Is that what happened to me? My head has like it's like pointy. I don't want to know what I look like bald because I feel like I have like an egg-shaped head.
No, mine's good.
Yeah, yours is fine. Yeah, feel mine. Feel mine. It's like egg-shaped. It doesn't like point just in one spot, but like the center is like higher.
So.
You know what I'm saying? It's not flat on top.
Okay, last story. One time, I was just chilling in my room with my brothers.
Okay.
We had a punching bag hanging under one of the loft beds,
Let's go.
and we would take turns tackling it. It was my turn, and the punching bag was swinging, but I was too young to understand how momentum worked.
Yeah, it's not a
So I
thing.
dove for it, it swung out of the way, and my face slammed into the wall. I was taken to the hospital, and as my mom tells me, the doctors had to clean the wound, but I wouldn't let them for some reason. So they put me in a straitjacket, and I screamed, "Stop touching me! Stop touching me! Do you speak English? Stop touching me!" And then they hit me with that good sleep juice.
I'm tired.
I got stitches, and now I have a blue scar across
That's
my eye.
funny.
Thank you for taking a trip down memory lane with me. Down memory pain with me. It all hurt a lot. But Bryson, I've never been injured before. Well, we can fix that. How?
Man, I would love to continue filming, but I'm tired. Do you want to watch the last video that me and Lola did together? This is it. It's a classic. If you want to keep hanging out with me and Lola, check out this hour-long slap-a-reno, throw it on, eat some popcorn, play a video game, whatever. This is the whole playlist of times I looked at Haminations. Make sure you're caught up on all of them, okay? And this is Bryson's channel. Peace.